Joining me in the room podcast tonight is Killa Mitch, 4-0 Flyweight, fighting this Wednesday night for the first time on a CES card. CES 61 taking place in Warwick, Rhode Island. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's another day. Another day.
Another day in office. A long in between the days in the office. Your last fight was in January where you came away with a unanimous decision. One of your toughest fights to date. It looked like you were going to stay busy. You had another fight coming in April, I do believe, for Cage Titans. Getting that steam train going in 2020, and then all of a sudden COVID hits and everything halts, man. How'd you make it through COVID, bro? And how you feeling now about coming out of it?
Yeah, man. Just training, just getting better. I kind of figured. I told Tyson, I told a couple of my coaches. I feel like the guys who are going to be world champions in 5 years are the guys who got better and trained hard during this pandemic. And I feel like I definitely wanted to be one of those guys. You know what I mean? So I didn't complain. I didn't bitch. The world shut down, but I didn't. I didn't shut shit down. I kept training, doing what I can, and until the gym started opening up again. And so now we're back, and it's kind of like I never left. You know what I mean?
Excellent. Now, CES coming back for the first time, after, being shut down for so long. Was there other opportunities that you had, or was things just not working out for you as far as getting another opportunity in another promotion?
Yeah, we had a couple of short notice opportunities for LFA that we said yes to, and then it kind of just didn't work out and whatever. You know what I mean? Then CFFC in August didn't work out. So then we heard CS was coming back in October. So I was like, obviously Tyson worked to get on that, but I was honestly unsure because, you never know how many people they were going to have on the card and who they were going to have on the card. So it's kind of like a battle to get a fight. You know what I mean? But then they offered this fight, and I was ecstatic, man.
Excellent. Now, I understand when it was first signed, it was going to be at a flyweight because, as we know, all your fights have been at bantamweight in the pro level, and you were thinking about dropping down to the flyweight. We are fighting at a 130 catchweight. What's the reason for that? Is it you or is it Mr. Almy?
Nah, I ain't never missed weight in my career, man. Definitely ain't me. Tyson texted me 2 weeks ago. He was like, he doesn't have access to a sauna or something, so he asked to make it at 130. So I was like, fuck it, I could give a shit. You can show up at 140. You know what I mean? I could care less. So
Well,
I mean, I was bummed though because I wanted to make the weight and see how I felt and get the more you do it, the better you get at it. You know what I mean? So.
Well, you're no stranger to the weight. As an amateur, a huge career is that you were, fighting at that weight all the time. As far as how you feeling as far as coming out now, I mean, you're fighting at 130 catch weight, not cutting much to get there. How's the body feeling coming out of COVID after all this training and learning some new things along the way?
I feel great, man. I'm good. I feel like when I got before COVID, when I was first dropping down the flyweight for April before everything kind of shut down, I was a little bigger. Then kind of with the pandemic, I didn't really lift any. I was kind of running a lot and doing what I could, so I kind of lost weight. You know what I mean? And I feel like I lost a little bit of muscle, so it kind of helped me to work my way down the flyweight. So I'm good, man. You know what I mean? Definitely. I'm 5-6 pounds out right now. You know what I mean? 3 days away from weigh-ins. So if I was fighting at flyweight, probably would have been a little bit 10 pounds probably would have been a little bit rougher. You know what I mean? So I probably would have did things a little differently. But at 130, man, it's easy money, dude. I can make weight tomorrow.
Excellent. Well, the dude you're fighting, Matt Almy, no stranger to the CES cage. He's been there a couple of times. Fought only beasts in New England. Has a fight against Johnny Lopez, Richie Santiago, Tateki Matsudo, beat Richie Santiago, and we all know the credentials that Richie has, man. All finishes from this dude. What are you thinking about Matt coming in from New York and coming back to CES, and your first time at CES and getting put on a show to a dude that's already been there?
Yeah, man, he's definitely fought good competition. He's fought even the Richie fight. I was there live. I kind of saw that as a fluke. I think if they fought again, I'm sure Richie would beat him. But I think he still did beat Richie, and Tateki beat him by decision, but Lopez took him to the third round. The way I see it is this is my way to separate myself from the pack. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's fought 3 of those guys, but I'm a whole different animal. You know what I mean? I've been asking to fight Johnny Lopez for God knows how long now. So you know what I mean? So I'm a whole different animal, dude, and he's gonna find out. You know what I mean? I fought his teammate Zach who's a lot bigger than him. You know what I mean? And I'm sure like they're probably on the same skill level. You know what I mean? I knocked him out in a minute. You know what I mean? So he's definitely got his work cut out for him. I'm nobody he's ever fought. You know what I mean? So I mean, he's gonna find out.
Well, we know you're hungry, Mitch. That last fight you had, you came away with a unanimous decision, but you weren't happy with yourself about your performance. You thought you could do better, even though, you really put it on this dude. And you were looking to come back out and really put on a show in April, and that was taken away from us. What are we expecting to see from Mitch now with, a lot more training, a lot more skills, and probably even more hungrier than when you were in April?
Yeah, man, that's where that was my goal, like for 7 months during this pandemic, I grinded and I got better, and people got to see some new tricks, you know what I mean? They kind of, I focused like on specific things going into my next fight, and people are going to see, man, like I've added some elements to my game, and I feel like I've grown just more mentally, I feel like it's time to go out there, and have fun. But when I'm in there with somebody I know that I'm a lot better than, I need to stop carrying these guys to decisions. Make these guys earn it. Kind of give these guys a way out. And you know what I mean, and see if these guys take it. And then you know what I mean. Just him asking for a 5 pound weight like push in the weight was kind of like a tell for me too. Clearly he's not training like I am, and clearly he's not focused on his diet because no access to saunas. I'm sure he would be able to find a sauna. But it is what it is. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna give him a reason to quit. That's my job. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking to do.
Well, so young in your career, man, the intellectual MMA knowledge that you have and the way you study opponents is leaps and bounds. I mean, you've been at this since you were a boy, basically. Now we're fighting at CES. I know, Mitch, you had aspirations of getting on the Contender Series, but, you got to get fights under your belts, and now we have probably the biggest fight of your career because you're fighting for CES. They're coming out of COVID with the first card, and they're on Fight Pass. It's going to be your first opportunity to fight on Fight Pass. How excited are you to have a whole new level of eyes on Killa Mitch?
Yeah, it's huge, man. Like, this is awesome. Like, obviously, I'm forever grateful for Mike over at Cage Titans. You know what I mean? He's an awesome dude. He's a great promoter. Someone who really cares about the fighters. And but yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to fight for CES. Fighting on UFC Fight Pass, like this is a huge opportunity for me, and that's the way I'm looking at it. Just for me to go out there, and I know there's going to be a lot of eyes tuning in to watch me fight and see how I look, and because I'm seeing people want to know, people want to see me on the Contender Series. They know I'm coming up. They know I'm one of the top flyweight prospects in the country, and so I know there's going to be a lot of eyes on me. Future opponents' eyes on me, probably. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna show people, man. And I'm just looking at it's a great opportunity. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna have some fun.
Excellent, and a lot of fun, Mitch. You're going to be with a lot of dudes that you've cross-trained with that are going to have like the same eyes, and some of them have that same opportunity you have of getting to that next level with a great performance here, man. How excited are you to go into battle for the first time on CES with so many familiar faces?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I mean, it's kind of like I was just talking to Connor Matthews the other day about it too, and we got I think we have like three people from Top Game on this card too. So I mean, it's pretty crazy. I'm definitely stoked for it. I mean, it's a big opportunity for all of us, man. And I feel like we go out there and we all perform. We can ride kind of like off each other's momentum, and I feel like that's always a good thing, man. Send these like away guys home. You know what I'm saying? What an L. That's always a good thing.
Excellent. Well, I know you got a busy camp with other fighters that your coaches have to focus on. Also, you got Jorgen De Castro that was fighting. Had a fight camp, man. How was that? Did you move around a little bit with the fight camp, kind of going from other camps because they were busy with Jorgen and they had to do a lot of traveling? Who helped you along with this camp other than the regiment guys?
Yeah, man. They were obviously away in at Fight Island. You know what I mean? Which is it's awesome. It's awesome for our camp. For regiment just in general, for us to really start getting the recognition that we deserve. We have some really top level coaches, you know what I mean? And even Tyson tells me all the time, like Tyson's been around some of the best coaches in the world, you know what I mean? And he tells me all the time that I have that kind of level of coaching, So, you know what I mean? Of course, they were out at Fight Island, and at the end of the day, the work doesn't stop, you know what I mean? That's what being a great athlete is. You know what I mean? You got to have accountability. And I didn't miss a beat, man. I trained. I went to Warwick to get some working with Greg. He's kind of like my boxing coach, like boxing for MMA. And he has so much knowledge, man. And I really like. I'm gonna start working with him at least once a week for the future. And I really like working with him. I feel like he's really good for my career. He makes me like, he brings me that confidence. You know, he sees my talent, and we just, you know, we kind of coexist really well. So you know, I mean, and he's obviously always talking to my coaches, so it works perfect. But I didn't miss a beat, man. I was training this whole time. You can't, just because your coaches aren't there or this and that. I've Man, growing up in training, sometimes I trained by myself in the gym. You know, at 13 years old, I would show up at 5 o'clock, like an hour and a half before kids class, and I would do my own little conditioning circuit. You know what I mean? Like it's no stranger to me, man. So you got to if you want to be a world champion, man, you need some accountability, and I didn't miss a beat.
Well, you're doing it all the right way, right coaches, right management, right training, right everything, Mitch. I mean, it's showing, it's paying off. And now you're getting the biggest opportunity of your career. Last thing before I let you give shout outs, social media, all that stuff. What do you expect to see from Killa Mitch on his 5th professional fight for the first time fighting for CES on UFC Fight Pass?
You know, I'm going to go out there, and people are going to see how much better I've gotten, you know, compared to my last fight and this fight. You know, kind of like, it's at 130, but it's kind of like my return to flyweight. You know, and I'm in insane shape, man. Like, especially like cardio wise, like I'm right. I can fucking push to the fucking, you know what I mean? Really, you know, put my life out there. You know what I mean? Because I'm in that kind of shape, and I'm willing to do that. And that's what I want to just have fun, man, and really take it to this kid. And it's kind of, you know what I mean? We're out there to shine big, and I know there's a lot of people that are going to be tuning in. So, you know, I'm stoked, man. I just can't, you know what I mean? I just can't wait to get to Wednesday. Just be in there, be in the.
It's going to be a great night. CES is back in full force with a bunch of young up and coming killers that may not be back in the New England area as far as fighting locally again. Mitch, thanks so much. Last thing, shout out social media, and I'll let you go and enjoy these last few days before weigh-ins, bro.
Twitter @Raposo_, Instagram Mitch Raposo _ Facebook Mitch Raposo. So huge shout out to my team, of course, Regiment Training Center, Brian Raposo, Tommy Tixera, Top Game Manager Tyson Chartier. You know what I mean? New England Cartel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay repping that. You know. So you know what I mean? UFC Fight Pass CES 61. I'm stoked. I can't wait, and just tune in.
Excellent, my man. Well, Mitch, again, thanks for the time as always in crunch time. I know you're busy. I know the game plans are flowing, and you know your mind's on knocking someone out this Wednesday night. So, Killa Mitch Raposo, 4-0 flyweight, fighting out of Regiment Training Facility, making his first trip to CES, but not his first trip to get his hand raised. Mitch, all luck for you, man. Kill it this Wednesday, bro.
Thanks, brother.